Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to The Source, your source for celebrity news. Check this out. We're gonna get into some serious hip-hop news in a minute, but I figured I would start with this. Do you remember the first time you saw the movie I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, and the scene came on where Cherry took Jack, aka Keenan Ivory Wayans, back to the crib, and Jack disclosed that he wasn't working with all that he said he was working with, and she said she had a little secret too. Then, she took out her contacts, took off a wig, popped off her boobs and her booty, and then popped off that leg and said, "Don't make me hop after you." And we all laughed and were like, yo, this is crazy. Well, it might not be as crazy as it once seemed, because I want you to take a look at this new invention that some chicks are out here buying. Check this out.
Regarde comment c'est magnifique. Ça, c'est une autre couleur. Ça, c'est une autre couleur que je porte. Et ça, là, c'est une autre couleur. Regardez le bombage de derrière. Regardez comment le derrière est bombé. Aïe! Mais elles attendent comme les filles là même. Regardez un peu le genre. Hein? Regardez un peu le genre. Regardez un peu le genre. En tout cas, voilà ça, ça s'appelle Zègre Tété. Il y a Mamie Ange, il y a plein. Et lui là, on l'appelle Zègre Tété. Si tu es.
I mean, really, is that like a little bit too much? Like, dudes, if you meet a chick and you go back to the crib and she has on the BBL shorts, is that okay? And ladies, are you gonna be running out to purchase the BBL shorts? Let me know in the comments, and while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Now, check this out. A lot of people have voiced their concerns for Nicki Minaj after she posted a few new videos on Instagram. Check this out.
I fly with the stars in the skies. I am no longer trying to survive. I believe that life is a prize. Cause to live doesn't mean you're alive. Don't worry about me and who I fire. I get what I desire. It's my empire. And yes, I call a shots. It's my clap for the heavyweight champ. But I couldn't do it all alone. Young Money, don't be talking about, oh, that's not. Young Money raised me, grew up out in Paisley, Southside Jamaica, Queens, and it's crazy, cause I'm still with her. Hollywood couldn't change me. Shout out to my haters, sorry that you couldn't face me. Ain't being cocky, we just vindicated. Best believe that when we done this moment, we'll be syndicated. I don't know, this night just remind me of everything they deprived me of. Put your drinks up. It's a celebration every time we link up. We done did and I wrote it. I wrote the rap and I wrote the chorus.
Now, after Nicki dropped that video, or should I say, after Nicki dropped that video, she came back and dropped another video in which she let her fans know that she's going to be signing tatas on her next tour. Check this out.
I will be signing boobs again. You know what I'm saying? If you pretty, I sign titties. I got the key to a city. Will I be able to sign every boob? No. But make sure you do not touch the boob. Once it's signed, let boob sit for 5 minutes. 5 minutos. Once boob sits, then you will be able to decide if you want to take an immediate picture of boob or just examine everything and make sure. Okay, that was a joke. But I am signing boobs again. You know, we really look forward to the spirit of what this tour is about to be. Let's talk about what I won't sign. No, I'm not signing your okay? So, now that we have that out the way, somebody said, glad we cleared that up. Booty cheeks. Why would I sign somebody's booty cheeks? And let me tell you what else. It don't even be that you're asking me to sign your cheek, but at least let the cheek not be sweaty. Because bad enough, I'm trying to sign the cheek. Now the marker is sliding down cheek.
Alright, so after Nikki posted those 2 videos, a whole bunch of people had something to say. And one person said, her behavior concerns me. And then somebody else asked, is she okay? And then somebody else said, in this very moment, you're giving off mentally unstable. And then somebody else came through and said, I don't think she's on drugs. I think the drugs are on her. Yo, I don't know what in the world is going on with Nicki Minaj, but I do know this much. If I was to come on this show, in 1 minute I was whispering like this, and in the next minute I was laughing like Cruella de Vil, y'all would be like, yo, what in the world is wrong with Sauce? And aside from that, if any one of you were to recreate that video exactly how she did it and post it on your Facebook, I guarantee you, within like an hour or 2, your family would have you on a 5150 hold. But, I mean, Nicki can get away with stuff that, like, some people just can't get away with. But my question would be, and I would pose this to the Bobs, is that entertaining to you? Like, really? Alright, so as you know, last week Azealia Banks was sharing her opinion on Nicki Minaj, but now it appears that she's made a major pivot and she's turned her attention towards Beyonce, because after Beyonce dropped her 2 new country songs, Azealia Banks jumped online and said, I love you, but them R&B riffs over the Leslie Feist backbeats is giving Pick Misha. Nothing country about it. You're setting yourself up to be ridiculed again. There's a theatrical element to country music. Them critics are not just gonna accept an ugly blonde wig and bullying from Jay-Z. It's giving big time musical grift. You're just really not hitting the button. Now, after Azealia Banks said that, she went on to compare Beyonce's country music to K. Michelle's country music. And Azealia Banks said, K. Michelle, it's your turn to really execute. It's no shade, but K. Michelle truly understands the assignment. Beyonce, you will gag when K. Michelle tears it. See, I don't understand. Once again, why does it have to be a competition? Why can't they both be good at country music? Oh, jeez. Anyhow, I'm not upset that Beyonce is doing country music, and I'm gonna tell you why. The same way that John B., Bobby Caldwell, and Robin Thicke can sing R&B songs, and Eminem, Jack Harlow, and the Beastie Boys can rap, is the same way that Beyonce can put on a 10-gallon hat and yodel some riffs. Additionally, country music and R&B/pop music have been intermingled forever. For example, some of your favorite R&B songs like Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You and Tina Turner's They'll Always Be Music were originally Dolly Parton songs. Aside from that, we already had this conversation and settled it more than 2 decades ago when Darius Rucker popped up on the scene as the lead singer of Hootie and the Blowfish, and people were like, "Who that there black boy up there trying to sing that country music? How dare he? How dare he?" Wait a minute, he's pretty good. And last but not least, Beyonce running around sporting a cowboy hat and some spurs is not strange when it comes to black culture, because contrary to popular belief, we have a long history of black cowboys that are akin to the white cowboys that you've always seen on your TV and in these country western movies. And although their stories are lesser known, we've always had black cowboys. And if you go to places like Maryland, Texas, and Brooklyn today, it's not strange to see these black men still sporting their cowboy hats with their chaps and galloping around on their horses. Now, whether or not the CMAs are willing to accept and award Beyonce is a whole different story. But time will tell. And no matter what they do, I can almost guarantee you that 2-3 months from now, a whole bunch of black chicks are going to be running around in cowboy hats and cowboy boots singing, "Oh, my single ladies, oh, my single ladies, oh, my single ladies, oh, my single ladies." Oh my goodness, it's going to be a mess. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Oh, oh, oh. Wow. Anyhow, a federal judge has ordered Cameron to pay a photographer $50,000 because he used a picture of him sporting that pink fur coat with that pink fur hat and the matching like flip phone on his merch. And the judge has said that ain't his, and so he has to pay her $50,000 for copyright infringement for using his own image. Now, it was an easy win for the photographer, whose name is Jamila Rosa Cochran, because Cameron just didn't show up to court. Wow, listen, I can understand like saying that a third party can't use the image because it's copywritten by the photographer, but to tell me that I can't use my own image? That's crazy. And I mean, if that's gonna be the case, don't take my picture in the first place. But that makes me wonder, can I copyright myself so that when somebody takes a picture of me, I own the copyright? Yes, I know, dumb question, but that's how my mind works. Anyhow, on to the next story. A school in Dade County, Florida is now requiring its students to get permission slips to hear black people read black books. Yes, you gotta have a permission slip to hear black people reading black books. Oh my goodness, we're going so far backwards as a society. Oh, I feel like it's like 1952. Source, can you zoom in on the permission slip? The darn permission slip says, students will participate and listen to a book written by an African American. Listen, I can just hear the teacher in that classroom now. How do we celebrate Black History Month, kids?
With a little bit of racism.
That's a darn shame. But this is what happens when you keep voting people like Ron DeSantis in office, because Ronnie Boy is not going to be happy until he has those whites only signs back up. But while we're speaking about serious divisions within our society, if this week has taught us anything, it has taught us that we as a people are very divided. You got your pro-Moniques and you got your anti-Moniques. And your pro-Moniques seem to be anti-Oprahs and anti-Tyler Perrys. I mean, this is sad. Very, very sad. So let's see if we can do something today to bridge the divide. Alright, after Club Shay Shay, a whole bunch of pro-Moniques were posting things online that were like, Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry only paid Monique $50,000 for the movie Precious, and then they had the nerve to want her to do promo overseas for free. And when she said no, they were like all salty and they turned around and blackballed her. Listen, picking sides between Tyler Perry, Oprah, and Monique is divisive and it's dividing the community. And it's actually fruitless because neither Tyler Perry nor Oprah Winfrey blackballed Monique. But if you stick with me, I'm finna show you who did issue a soft blackball on Monique. Alright, let's tackle this 1, 2, 3 style. 1. Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry didn't pay Monique anything to do the movie Precious because the movie Precious was already complete by the time Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry signed on to the movie to offer marketing assistance to the producers. The movie Precious was an independent film that was directed by Lee Daniels with the financial backing of his two white wealthy co-producers and benefactors, Sarah Magnus, who was part of the Celestial Seasonings family, and her husband Gary, who founded the cable giant TCI. Sarah and Gary are the ones that gave Lee Daniels the majority of the $12 million that he used to make the film. And after he got the money, he asked Monique to play the part and she said yes. Now, after agreeing to play the part, Monique signed a contract and agreed to get paid $50K. And so here's the thing. If Monique and her manager didn't feel that she was being offered what she was worth, she should have asked for a couple of points or a percentage on the back end, like John Travolta does with his movies, or like Margot Robbie did when she played the role Barbie. But she didn't do that, which may be because she didn't expect a small independent movie to do anything. Now, after Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry saw the completed film, they offered to help Lee Daniels promote the film with their combined brand power, and Lee Daniels decided to edit the credits and slap Big O and TP's names on the movie so it could be marketed as Tyler Perry and Oprah present Precious. So neither one of them has anything to do with how much Monique got paid. As a matter of fact, Sarah Magnus once did an interview on CNN, and when the reporter said, "There's been some buzz about the focus on the African American cast members, the African American director, and the African American screenwriter, but not a great deal on you and your husband who are not African American. Do you think that is factored into why you two have not been more visible in terms of the film?" To which she responded, "I have no idea what people are thinking. Things happen the way they unfold naturally. It's not like anybody is planning on things to be the way they are. We're just existing and being. The people in the business who know the real story of this film are completely aware of how it was made. We can't help that the general public isn't inside Hollywood and knows everything about it." And that brings us to number 2. They asked her to go overseas and promote that movie for free. Listen, by the time Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry advised Monique that it would be wise for her to travel overseas to promote the movie because she could potentially be up for an Oscar, Lee Daniels and the Magnuses had already sold the film to Lionsgate for $5.5 million. Thus, if it was anybody's responsibility to pay Monique some money to go over there, it was Lionsgate. Because remember, Oprah Winfrey nor Tyler Perry own nor did they produce the movie Precious. And that brings us to 3, the soft blackball. And I say soft blackball because if you remember, Monique went on CNN and said this.
You know, the phone was ringing and the scripts were coming. And when people say, "Monique, where have you been?" It's not that I haven't been on TV or been in the movies because I've been blackballed, as Mr. Daniels has said. The offers just didn't make sense, Dawn. So again, the phones didn't stop ringing and the scripts didn't stop coming, but the offers that were associated with them were offers that made me say, guys, I can't accept that. Because if I accept that and I won the award, what are my sisters being offered that didn't win the award or wasn't nominated? And what does it say to the little girl who's not here yet? That if we continue to accept these low offers, however do we make it different and make a change?
Okay, I want to play this. This was Lee Daniels on this very broadcast last night. Let's listen.
Okay.
We were on the campaign and she was making unreasonable demands. And, and she wasn't thinking, this is when reverse racism, I think, happens. You know, I said, you have to thank the producers of the film. You have to thank the studio. And I think she didn't understand that. And I think that, and I said, listen, people aren't going to respond well if you don't. So I love her, and I've spoken to her, and she's brilliant. And I like working with brilliant people. But sometimes artists get in their own way. I think that there were demands that were made from her on the Precious campaign that everyone knows about that hurt her, and I told her that.
Can she change that?
I mean, if she plays ball, you got to play ball. This is not just show. It's show business, and you got to play ball.
Now, you gotta take into consideration that when Lee Daniels did that interview, he was a little salty with Monique because she failed to give him a shout out at the Oscars. But one thing that he said that was absolutely true is that when Monique went to pick up her Oscar, she also failed to shout out Lionsgate. And you best believe, them white collar boys over there at Lionsgate were not happy, because it's customary for actors and actresses who win the Oscar to shout out the studio, because it's almost like placing a commercial in the middle of the Super Bowl. Not only does it bring more attention to the studio who made the winning movie, but it also brings in more ad dollars. Source, can you please pull up Monique's Oscar speech?
I would like to thank the Academy for showing that it can be about the performance and not the politics.
All right, so did you see that right there? That was a sub to Lionsgate.
I want to thank Miss Hattie McDaniel for enduring all that she had to so that I would not have to. Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey, because you touched it, the whole world saw it. Ricky Anderson, our attorney of Anderson and Smith, thank you for your hard work. My entire BET family, my precious family, thank you so much. To my amazing husband, Sidney, thank you for showing me that sometimes you have to forego doing what's popular in order to do what's right.
Alright, so this is very important. She shouts out Tyler Perry, she shouts out Oprah Winfrey, she forgets to mention Lee Daniels, she also does not mention Lionsgate, but yet she gives BET a shout out because they just hit her off with a $1.1 million contract to do the Monique show. Now, I'm not faulting Monique for that because she's excited, she just won an Oscar. To me, I'm just happy she won, I'm not thinking about all of that. However, you best believe that the white collar boys over there at Lionsgate were not pleased. And they were like, no, this biatch didn't. Nope, that's it. F her. We ain't working with her no more. And because they're major distributors for many of the major films in Hollywood, a lot of people didn't want to work with Monique either because they don't want to burn their bridges just in case they need Lionsgate to distribute some of their films. Now I know, somebody's going to come in the comment section like, Sauce, because I heard the leaked audio of Tyler Perry that Monique and Sidney recorded on their secret spy phone. And Tyler Perry said that he was going to apologize for blackballing her. Nope. Listen to that audio again. Tyler Perry admitted that he told David E. Talbert, who makes stage plays, that his experience dealing with Monique and Sidney was not that pleasant. He also explicitly said that he did not blackball her. But since her and Sidney were very unhappy with the payment that she got from the film, he offered to give her his royalties from the film.
And I'll get to the David Talbert thing in a minute because I just watched your podcast and it really broke my heart because number one, I feel you. I feel the sadness that's from you in all of this. And I don't want you to feel that. I mean, especially from me. I can't speak for anybody else. But from me, I'm not anyone that wants to hurt or offend anybody, especially you. I think you are brilliantly talented. I think you should have a lot more happening that you from that award. I thought for sure that if you had campaigned and won it and played by their rules, what would have happened is in the next deal, you would have got more money, millions of dollars, and your career in this film would have been much different. I believe that much in your talent. So in saying all of that, I just say it's just heartbreaking because I don't ever want you to think that I'm out trying to blackball or say anything. But please give me when I say this. I'm not trying to hurt you. I would never try to hurt you.
So I know, somebody out there is like, Sauce, if Tyler Perry didn't blackball her, then what did he do? You know what? Let me let 50 Cent explain it.
Monique, why is she canceled? And then I know Tyler wouldn't support that. He never told nobody not to work with her. When I talked to him, he was like, I never told no one not to work with her. And I said, but you Tyler Perry, and you never told anyone to work with her.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I never looked at it like that. Because I said, you just got to consider how strong your influence is at that point.
So with that being said, Monique's beef with Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey is not that they specifically blackballed her. Her gripe with both of them is that when Lionsgate was like, we're not paying her an extra $100K to do promo, and we're certainly not rocking with Monique after the Oscars, Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey did not argue her case to Lionsgate. And that's what she wants the apology for, because she believes that if both of them come out and say Monique was right and Lionsgate should have paid her, it's gonna change things. But really, it's not. because Monique and Sydney offended the white-collared boys over there at Lionsgate. And the truth of the matter is, even though Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey have some power, they don't have enough power to go against Hollywood. And I mean, if they try, all that's going to happen is they're going to turn around and get Kanye'd. And what does that mean? It means you might have $1 billion in the bank today, but if we snap our fingers, you might not have $1 billion in the bank tomorrow. And I know, somebody's going to come in the comment section like Sauce, but they should have went to bat for her. Really? Why should they go to bat for her and put their relationship with Lionsgate on the line when they know darn well that Monique wouldn't even make them a ham sandwich if Sydney told them not to? And you know it's true. You know it's true. So I know, somebody's like, Sauce, what's the point? The point is this. Why are we out here trashing our own and all divided over a movie that we didn't produce nor do we own? And if anybody should have paid Monique more money to do promo, it was the white-collared company executives over at Lionsgate that actually own the film and have made and are still making millions of dollars off of the movie. But no, instead of calling out the Hollywood institution that actually did a soft blackball on her, we're out here villainizing Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey, while the white-collared executives who actually own the movie are sitting behind their desk right now with their feet up, cracking up and counting their dough because they're making more generational wealth like the Celestial Seasonings lady and her husband who actually produced the movie Precious. Now, what should have happened is that after the Oscars, Monique should have unified with Tyler Perry and Oprah and asked the rest of us to use our purchasing power to put some pressure on Lionsgate. Because honestly, Monique arguing with Oprah and Tyler Perry over Precious is like gangsters each other in the street over territory that they don't own. We're living in a time period where some legislators like Ron DeSantis are creating laws that basically want to put us in a time machine and send us back to 1708 when we were treated like 3/5 of a human being, and we don't have the time nor luxury to be divided as a people. So we're going to have to get it together, and we're going to have to get it together quick and focus on the real institutions like Congress and Lionsgate that have basically blackballed all of us black folks from having real equality for years. Now, does that mean that we can't let our hair down and have a little fun and talk about things like Nicki Minaj and the I'm gonna get your sucker BBL shorts? No, of course we can. But with that, we still gotta remain focused. Listen, let me know what you think about them BBL shorts, Nicki Minaj's social media posts, Beyonce doing that country music, Cameron having to pay the photographer $50,000 for using his own picture on his merch, the Florida schools making students get permission slips to hear black people read black books, and also, let me know what you think about the Monique, Oprah, Tyler Perry beef. Let me know in the comments, and while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Sauce, your source for celebrity news. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.